Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at the top 10 family games that came out in 2025. Now, we talk about lots of games, but family games are important to me. I play family games every week practically with my family, and we have a great time with many games. We have a terrible time with other ones, but we're always having an enjoyable time whether the game is good or not. So these are 10 games I think are pretty fun to check out. Number 10, Octocube. Now, this game has a gimmick, and the gimmick is you have a large plastic cube that has magnets on it, and you are rolling it around a board, picking up tiles. You roll it 3 in this direction, and you pick up a tile over there. And as you pick up these tiles, each side of the cube can only have one. You also can pull that cube back to take those tiles off and score them, and you're looking for different sea creatures and colors and things like that. The scoring of the game is pretty basic, but moving that around, it has some pretty neat strategy, but not overly in depth. And everybody, kids and parents included, are going to enjoy the rolling of the cube and the magnetic cube. Magnets are cool, folks. Number 9 is Ink, a beautiful debut production. Ink is a game in which you are, basically getting rid of inkwells. That's it. You have a bunch of really cool little inkwells, but you're moving around a circle in the middle called a rondelle and taking these tiles and adding these tiles in front of you, trying to build areas that are big enough for you to put inkwells on. Once the area reaches a certain size, you can put an inkwell on it. Some inkwells can only go on some colors, some can go on any color. And then every game will have different rewards basically on how big of a size you build with those tiles. And that kind of adds the fun, and it looks kind of heavy. It looks very abstract because, the inkwells don't mean anything, but it's easy to play and fun for people to get into. So that's why it's my number 9. Number 8 is Viva Katrina. Viva Katrina is a tile laying game based on Day of the Dead Festival. And in this game, you are taking tiles. You can only take them from the end of rows. And you don't have to necessarily match up paths in this tile, but you get bonus points, or you don't get any points at all. If you do, you're trying to make everything connect to your town center if possible. And you're building paths of roses. You're trying to collect a lot of different balloons. You're trying to put out different little stores out there that are selling goodies for this day. This is a simple game. We often have games that seem more complex as time goes by. This one's simple with a fun, bright theme, and I found it easy to jump into and play Viva Katrina. Number 7 is Gems of Iridecia. This is a game in which you have an airship. You're collecting gems, so you can turn them in for different orders or different jewelry that you'll get made. You have an airship at the bottom of the board, and you move it up. That's all you're going to do. But as you move it up, you're collecting these gems. These gems' prices are going to go up and down. So it almost is an economic game, but an easy one. Don't feel like there's a stocks. Buy. No, you're buying gems. Sometimes you get to re-roll dice and try to mine for more gems. And then if you notice, hey, the price for gems is a 5 on a die that goes up to 6, maybe now's a good time to sell. Or I can collect gems to turn them in to get those pieces of jewelry at the top. Nice components, a bright, interesting theme. That's Gems of Iridecia. Number 6 is Pencil Pirates. Pencil Pirates is a game in which you have a sheet of symbols, and on your turn, you are using a ruler to draw a straight line. That's it. You're going to draw a line from one island, a starting island, to another island. Anything you cross over, you get. And you'll move up different tracks, whether you get treasure chests or you run into mermaids or what have you. There's all kinds of things you can get. Some of the islands you go to give you bonuses. There's a little bit of a push your luck element to it. You sometimes will get a wavy line you can use. But when you're done drawing that line, you then pass the sheet to the next person and take the sheet from the person on your right. And then you're going to connect the next line on that. So everybody is not thinking just on how they draw their line, but how am I setting up the next person to draw their line. Simple, fun, easy. That is Pencil Pirates. Number 5 is Positano. Positano has a very cool 3D element to it. The whole idea here is to build these little hotels with a view of the ocean, and it's done in a very simple way. On your turn, you play 2 cards and you reveal them, and whoever has the highest number picks first. But each card has different numbers based on what you're picking from, whether you take more buildings, whether you're picking the lot as to where to put the building, or roofs, which will give you more points depending on whether you have a copper, silver, or gold roof to it. Chunky components, very much interactive, where your tower might block the towers behind you, and then they don't score any points, which can be a little mean, But because the game is so short, you go, let's try it again. We're talking a 30-minute or less game with really cool components, very much like this one, Positano. Number 4 is Fliptoons. Fliptoons is a game in which you are flipping cards, and they show silly cartoons, which are very much of that old wavy arm animation style that's becoming more and more popular today, whether you see it in video games or in cartoons themselves. But in Fliptoons, you will flip these cards in order, and you're building a little grid in front of you, and then they score you points, and you use those points or money to buy more cards in the middle of the table. And once someone reaches a certain amount, you have one final flip, and whoever wins that final flip is the winner of the game. Very interesting, silly artwork, but anybody can play it. Fliptoons. Number 3 is Jungo. Jungo is a card shedding game, which many card shedding games feel overly complex. I'm trying to get rid of all these cards in my hand, but there's all these rules. In Jungo, you just have to play higher than the person before you, but you can also just pick up cards and add them to your hand, making your hand get better and better so that you can play a big group of cards and hopefully go out faster than anyone else. If you like games like Rummy or games that we call card shedding, where you're trying to get rid of all the cards from your hand, this is an amazing one. It's so cheap, it's easy to find. Jungo, I think, is a game that you'll see in stores for many years. Number 2 for me is Orbits. I really like Orbits. This game, it's a racing game where there's these planets that are moving around in, well, you guessed it, orbits. And you have a ship and you're trying to get to them, but each turn you play a card, that's how far you move your ship, but you're also rotating some of the planets. If your ship happens to be on a planet, you move, and that might help you get closer to another planet. Or it might have an opponent's ship on it, and it moves them farther away from their planet. With little bits of special abilities, trying to get to all of them first, and beautiful bright color artwork, the whole package comes together very nice. My number 2, Orbits. And finally, number 1, this is a reprint of a game that came out many years ago and was fairly ugly. And in fact, many people might think the new version is ugly. Your taste might vary, but this is Magical Athlete. Magical Athlete is a game which has multiple races, and in each race you're going to roll a die, move your piece, and the first person to the end wins, which for many people is a horrible game description, and I would agree. Except in this game, every racer has a special power. You'll draft these powers at the beginning of the race, and it's so silly, it's so hilarious, you will fall on the ground laughing at some of the stuff that happens in this game. It's nonsensical. Magical Athlete is not a game to be taken seriously by any means, but it's just so entertaining and fun to play. And I've played it with all ages and all groups. This is one of my most played games of all time, actually. And the new version does a fantastic job adding in these fun little wooden characters for each of the people that you draft. There's a huge baby that takes up a whole space. There's a guy with really long legs. There's a mouth that eats other characters when it lands on it. Again, this is one of those games that I really emphasize that you might be hearing me explain it going, that doesn't sound any good, and yet it is. Definitely check it out. So those are my top 10 favorite family games from 2025. Thanks for watching the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vasel. Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowd surfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.